Okay, in this video, we're going to take a look at the difference between working with the sticky footer and actually pinning a footer area to the bottom of the browser. All right, so let's take a look and see what we have right here. We have here a browser fill. We have a page that is white, and then we have a footer area which has this wine color. All right, so right now, if I go to File, drop down to Site Properties, you can notice that the sticky footer option is clicked. All right, so I'll say OK. So let's push this thing live and see what that looks like. All right, so now when we look at it, you're going to see that, yes, the footer is stuck to the bottom of the page, or to the browser, I should say. And what happens is, as I push up and down this particular browser, you're going to notice that the page is actually stuck to the bottom of the browser as well as the footer. Okay, because the minimum height of this page is 500 pixels. But as you can see, that it will actually respond once you have sticky footer to wherever the browser opens up. It won't go inside of the 500 pixels, but anything outside of the 500 pixels, it's stuck to the browser. Okay, that's the sticky footer on. Let's now take the sticky footer and turn it off. So we go to the site browser, click off on sticky footer. Let's say OK, and let's see what happens when we do that. Okay, now what's going to happen is you're going to notice that the actual footer, since it's not stuck to the bottom of the browser, is going to be whatever the minimum height of the page is. And as you can see, it's floating way up here in the middle of the browser, and that's not really what we want. All right, let's take a look at the third option. The third option is going to be to take the browser, and then we're going to pin it. Take the footer and pin it to the bottom of the browser right here. Okay, so now let's see what that looks like. So now if you notice, the footer is pinned to the bottom of the browser as we have indicated it to be, but the page is still going to be at the minimum height. Now, of course, the page height can change with the content, but if the content is not enough to actually move with the browser, you'll see that there's going to be a gap between the page and the footer when you have it pinned to the browser. So in a situation like this, when you have a page that does not have enough content to actually move it with the browser, your best option is, let's take a look at this, the best option is you have your footer here at the bottom. All right, your best option is to go File, Site Properties, and you want to say Sticky Footer. You want to click on that, so that this way now, what's going to happen is, no matter what the height, the page is going to actually go down, and it's going to be stuck to the footer with the actual, stuck to the browser edge at the bottom with the footer, because it had that sticky option on, and there's no gap between the page and the footer, and the page will always expand to whatever the browser height is, and of course the footer is stuck to the bottom as well. So that's the difference between sticky footer and pinning to the browser bottom. Hopefully that helps.